been an all-star caliber player for such a long time that you automatically kind of take on that kind of one of those co-leadership roles in the clubhouse?
That's a good question. I mean, there's plenty of great leaders here, so I'll come in and just, do my part and try to help us win. I don't know exactly what that looks like, and just if there's ways I can help the team, then I'll try to do it, and I'll definitely be asking for help as well, because I want to keep improving and keep getting better, and hopefully that'll help us.
Paul, you're one of a handful of players with significant roles on this team who has a contract that expires at the end of the season. How much emphasis does that put on this season and this group maybe succeeding together?
I think whatever you let it put on there for me, I just am big as, hopefully you'll see. I mean, I just try to take it day by day. It's not something that's on my mind at all. And it's just, all right, today let's prepare. Let's, in the off season, get my workout in and do that. And then, when spring training comes, the same thing, just take it day by day, and regular season, game by game. So I'm not looking past today or past tomorrow or any of that, and definitely not past this season.
Well, do you have a preference on what lineup spot you're in, or does anything change for you depending on where you move? Because you've gone, 2 or 3, is there a difference in approach, or is it all the same?
And whatever they need me to do. I mean, the manager's job is to put the lineup together, and so I'll do whatever they need. And in the past I've fit anywhere, so it doesn't matter. I got moved around a lot last year, 2, 3, and 4. There's no difference. Just when I start getting ready in the dugout, whether the pitcher's up or the 8-hole guy or leadoff hitter.
You got off to a little bit of a slow start last year, as I recall. What was causing that, and how did you get out of it?
Part of it was just baseball, but obviously I was struggling there at first, especially in May, and we're just there wasn't really like one thing. It was just a combination of I really didn't play well, and it was just, I guess there wasn't any way to get out of it except just keep going. And again, I was just trying to take it day by day and keep preparing, keep working, and trying to help us win. And for a while there, I wasn't doing much of that, but as you saw, it turned around. There's no guarantee that it was turned around. It wasn't like I was like, just keep going out there, and eventually you're gonna start getting hits. It was like, all right, let's work and let's look and find if there's mistakes I'm making, and how can we correct those, and ways I can improve, and that's what we did. Luckily I had a lot of credit goes to the hitting coaches we had there with Arizona last year, with Dave Magadan, Tim Laker, and Robert Van Soerke as well. So I was relying on those guys and my teammates, and that's just part of it. Just try again, just kind of like I said earlier, take it day by day. I wasn't looking at it like, oh, now I've played bad and I got to get hot. It was just, all right, how can I help us win today? And it's obviously you don't want to struggle, but there's ups and downs forever. As long as this game's been going on, every year everyone has ups and downs, and just try to keep working.
Paul, I think it's fair to say that you've been active in the union and engaged in that side of the game. Evan Longoria made some comments yesterday about the way the free agency is playing out, and obviously you as a guy who's coming up on that part of your contract, how do you look at the scope of that more broadly in the game, and how do you evaluate what that looks like either for you or for the guys in the union as a whole?
Yeah, I think the way that I try to look at it is like more of a broader picture. It's easy to get lumped in with like yourself or players in general, but I love the game of baseball from a kid. As long as I can remember watching games on TV, going to as many games and looking up to all the ball players. So I want the game of baseball to thrive. Like, it's amazing, whatever's best. And I think we want to put the best product out there, and I think that's why I think baseball is the greatest sport. And there's so much dealing with the failure, the mental toughness of it, the physicality of it, and size doesn't hold you back. As we're seeing now, like even smaller players are kind of leading the way, smaller in stature were some other sports. So the game of baseball is such a metaphor for life, and I think that's why it's so great. So many of my friends I met through the game. Everything pretty much in my life has been, baseball's had such a hold on it. So I want the sport from Little League down to Major League Baseball to succeed as much as possible, because I want more kids to play. You want more fans to go. You want to enjoy that. Those are all my memories. So I would just say the one concern, kind of saying that, is I kind of try to look at that broad picture, is we have to put the best product out there. And if, there's so many, everyone wants to see the top name guys, and that's great, but we have a lot of legitimate big league players out there. And if we're not having the best guys on the field, we got guys that don't have contracts right now. And if they're not, we're doing a disservice to the fans. In the game of baseball, we need the best players out there. So I mean, a guy's not signed this late. It's, I don't know the right word, but you just want to put the best product out there, and I guess that's the concern is that happening? And I don't know. I don't have the answer, but to put the best product, you need the best players, and I mean, it's not just players. There's a lot that goes into it, but if you don't have that, people are going to look for other avenues to spend their time and money. It might be other sports, it might be other ways of entertainment. That's not what anyone wants. That's not what anyone in this. That's not what ownership wants. Major League Baseball, Players Association players, any of y'all. We want the game of baseball to grow because we all love it, and I guess that would be my concern. Is I want to make sure the best product's out there. However you can make that happen.
Andrew Miller talked about some of the same things, and kind of that it's becoming something that guys are talking about. Have you noticed that? I mean, are guys starting to look at this offseason and just having dialogue about maybe things they would want to talk about down the line? Have you noticed more conversations with players, amongst players? Have you had more conversations with guys about, hey, I think we should look at this, or maybe investigate this on our own, and have those discussions?
I think there's been a lot of changes in the game, and so those conversations are probably happening more. Everything from on-field to off-field, economic, all those ways. So those conversations are definitely happening. When it's more of a status quo, I would say it's probably those conversations. There's not as many of them, but they're happening. So there's probably a little bit more now. The game's on so many different levels. It's such a complicated thing, and I mean the last few years, I think there's just been huge changes. Maybe that happens every 5 or 10 years. Obviously I only have 7 or 8 years to go off of, but just feel like the changes that we've seen are, causing guys to definitely have conversations and try to understand why it's changing, what's changing, what changes are going to happen in the future, what some of these changes are good, probably some aren't as good for the sport, and ways to kind of help keep growing the game, because I think everyone kind of feels the same way as game of baseball is amazing, and what can we do to help it grow, help more kids play at a young age, help more fans come to the games or watch the games, be engaged with their kids, and create just a great atmosphere and an entertainment for as many people as want to go or watch it.
One of the things that gets this area going, of course, is the Cards-Cubs rivalry, and I just wanted to ask basically your perception and your teammates' pride. I don't know how much you've seen today, but there's kind of been some back and forth on social media. A Cubs player said something, and the Cardinals players came back at it. Without specifics, I just wanted to get basically your take on the team pride, and what do you think about Yair and the pride of being a Cardinal representing the team?
I mean, I think every team has it, and the great teams probably even more. So the rivalry of Cubs-Cardinals or any other rivalry is amazing, and it's awesome. It's exciting. You want to get out there and compete. You want that adrenaline. You want that emotion. I mean, that's why we play on those big stages. That's good for the game of baseball. It's good for the organizations, and I mean, I'm excited to be part of it. Some people are been around a lot more. I mean, I haven't even played a game in the uniform, so it's hard for me to really speak about it, except that I mean, you're going to go out there and try to win every game, and it's exciting, even more to have those rivalries, fans and media, players, front office, everyone. It's great for the game, and every sport has them, and it's awesome.
You played particularly well against Chicago in your career. Any thoughts on
I didn't know that until I got asked about it when I got traded over here, so I don't know. Hopefully it continues, but I mean, they have a great pitching staff, and it'll be tough. It'll be a big challenge, and it's not about me. It's about us trying to go out there and win, and how can I help us win, and they're a great team. That's what it's going to take. We're going to have to we play them alive as well as the other 3 teams in our division, and it'll be a tough challenge. This division's really good, top to bottom, and hopefully we'll go out there and find a way to win the division and get in the playoffs and do something special.
Colton Wong spoke earlier about how excited he was to have you to his left, and basically said that his throws are a little wild sometimes. So have you been working on some agility drills this off season to be able to receive those throws?
I'm sure he's spot on, but I mean, obviously you're always working to get better and catch whatever throws. That's your job at first, is to catch everything thrown over there and knock it down, and that's a really cool part about this game. I keep talking about how great the game of baseball is. I mean, someone else could make a technically bad throw, and you get to pick them up and save an error, or save a run, or I could have a bad throw and he could catch it for me at second, or maybe it is an error and someone else comes in and gets a, you know, game-winning hit or reliever strikes someone out or something. So I think that's awesome. That's the part of the camaraderie and the teamwork and the thing that makes it so great. You know, when you do have those victories as a team, especially when someone picks you up or you pick them up, so much better than, you know, an individual success. And it's, you know, what makes team sports so amazing, so fun.
All right.
Good.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
All right.